Okay guys, welcome back. I'll leave an episode in the description. And let's crack on.
From them, then it means... Ah, I get it. Bravo, Holmes. I think the case is solved.
Not quite.
No, we did not steal. We saved. Well, as a matter of fact, we were unable to find our 3 plants.
I beg your pardon. And yet, you took all of the exotic plants from the stand.
They had disappeared. It was the least we could do. They stole our sisters, and so we stole theirs.
Well, we will leave you to your...
Aye. Draw. There's gotta be more. Right, to Baker Street to do some testing. And then we might have our killer. Right.
I imagine that one of these plants would be capable of releasing a toxic vapor. I need to find out exactly how it could be done. I shall begin now. Watson, if you are at all optimistic to have dinner this evening, then I'd recommend that you put on the gas mask.
Oh no.
It appears to have fallen inactive after being disturbed. This plant becomes inactive after being drenched with alkaloid. I find the behavior of predators utterly fascinating. No reaction.
Oh, you greedy bastard. Hello?
It appears to open after being soaked with alkaloid. This is a strange and unusual plant.
What happens if I stab it now?
It
Ooh,
closed
bakery.
again. I believe I saw a small cloud of gas. I wonder what secrets this plant is hiding. Perhaps if we agitate it to a greater extent whilst it is opened, it will reveal a little more.
You put more?
It appears to open after being soaked with alkaloid.
Wi-Fi. Nope.
No reaction. It closed again. I believe I saw a small cloud of gas. I wonder what secrets this plant is hiding. Perhaps if we agitate it to a greater extent whilst it is opened, it will reveal a little more.
Right, well, let's swap you two around. And then, let's see what happens.
It appears to open after being...
Yes, we know, Holmes. Don't put it on that side.
It closed again. I believe I saw a small cloud of gas. I wonder what secrets this plant is hiding. Perhaps if we agitate it to a greater extent whilst it is opened, it will reveal a little more.
What's this one do?
This plant becomes inactive after being drenched with alkaloid. It appears to open after being soaked with alkaloid. It toxic gas with spores. Extraordinary.
Okay.
The plants would be capable of killing only if they were directly next to the victim and stimulated at precisely the right moment.
Let us take our caterpillars to the Colonial Collection Room. We may see things more clearly there.
It is too early, Watson. Our suspects will be there. Let us investigate Kew Gardens one more time and ask some questions.
Right, so... someone who knew chemicals. Oh. Does that prove she's innocent? This could be she's deadly. Let's continue then, I guess. Don't forget to there or Kew Gardens. No, because I think I've already got what I wanted. Oh, the syndicates. Right, have you got any chemical experience, my friend?
Can you tell me if you saw Mr. Montague Dunn on the day of his death?
Yes, of course. I met him, and we went to see Albert, his son, at around 9:30. He appeared quite calm.
What were you doing on the morning of the accident?
After paying multiple visits to Albert, I had a little talk with Miss White. Then I returned to my desk to complete some paperwork. Suddenly I observed that Mr. Dunn was not feeling well, so I ran immediately to fetch Albert. I clearly remember that it was around 10:30, for I was late that morning.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation. Your father's death does seem highly suspicious. What were your movements here on that day?
Suspicious? Well, I was working in the seed house, taking care of Lysa something, or Lear Pontus, or... No, wait. Ah, these Latin names. And I spent so many hours trying to memorize them.
Did you see your father that day?
Yes. He came here with Mr. Hamish for his weekly visit. There was nothing unusual about that.
And then?
Nothing. They stepped out to the backyard. It was perhaps 20 minutes before 10 o'clock. Then about 10 minutes later, I saw my father heading for the dry tropics room while Mr. Hamish returned here.
And Mr. Hamish and Miss White, what were they both doing that morning?
Mr. Hamish visited me a couple of times. I also saw him returning from talking with Miss White, and that was at 10 minutes past 10. Then he ran back here to me to tell me that my father was feeling unwell. We hurried across to the water lily room, and I found my father lying dead on the floor. Oh, my God.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Oh, I think I know what happened. Someone's did that little reaction at the aircon system, whatever it is. I think I've just gone the wrong way around. Yep, long way round, indeed.
Can you tell me what Mr. Dunn was doing upon the day of his death?
I can, but there is nothing very special to say. I was in the laboratory when I saw Mr. Dunn heading towards me. Tuesday is the day of his weekly visit. It was supposed to be at 9, but he was 10 minutes late, as usual.
And then?
Well, he came in to say good morning. Then I saw him spend 2 or 3 minutes by the plants outside the laboratory. After that, he ran out in the direction of the nursery, where Mr. Hamish was working. He was always in a rush during the inspection, you see. I would pity anyone who stood in his way.
And that was the last time you saw him?
Yes. I stayed in the laboratory until 20 minutes to 11, when I heard the cries of Albert and Mr. Hamish from the large glass house. I joined them as soon as I could, for I knew that something must be very wrong.
What exactly were you doing in the laboratory?
I was recording an experiment for my thesis. I only stopped my work once when Mr. Hamish visited me briefly around 10 o'clock.
You say you were recording an experiment when the tragedy occurred. Might I listen to the roll?
Certainly. Please do. You will find it in the laboratory. It is number 320.
I'll really listen to that, Hunter.
Thank you, miss.
Everyone has gone, Holmes. The way is clear.
Right guys, going on there, end it there. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope to see you all next time. Hopefully we can crack this case. Cheers for watching.